Hi there, welcome. My name is Jason, and the plant that I have to introduce to you today is called Sansevieria masoniana. This is also referred to as the whalefin Sansevieria, as well as Mason's Congo Sansevieria. This is an absolutely amazing plant. It's one of my favorite indoor plants. This plant originates from Africa, and as far as hardy plants, this is a pretty hardy plant. Just don't overwater this plant. As far as placement goes, I'll tell you about the size of this plant. So this grows to be about 3 to 5 feet tall when it comes to the leaves, and then about 2 to 3 feet wide. And so just know that it wants bright indirect light when it comes to light exposure. It does like to have a little bit brighter than just bright indirect light, so know that as well. However, it is adaptable, so keep that in mind as well. If you have it in an area with less light, just know to water it less. If you have it in an area with a little bit more light, just know to water it a little bit more. As far as watering goes, you want to allow the soil to dry out about 80 to 90% in between waterings. And it's better to stay on the drier side. That's safer than on the wetter side. This plant supposedly is not as forgiving when it comes to overwatering. You don't want to cause root rot by overwatering this plant. And I don't fully saturate the soil when I water this plant. I water it, a couple, so this isn't like a couple gallon container, and I give it about a couple cups of water when I water it. 1 to 2 cups. I have a saucer to catch the drainage, and I have it in a decorative pot. But yeah, I don't water it too much. It's more forgiving when you underwater it than when you overwater it. And that has to go for a lot of Sansevieria. They don't like to be overwatered, but they're super tough when it comes to underwatering. And these leaves are just beautiful. Like, you have this mottled green and these very just upright, beautiful. This is a gorgeous Sansevieria. But yeah, this plant is amazing. As far as that's the watering. Oh, and another tip on the watering. Once you've watered your plant, just like give it a little tip or a lift, or just kind of grab it to kind of feel, what the saturated soil feels like once you've watered it. So when you come back, you know the difference. You can even allow the soil, you can allow it to dry out completely in between waterings. That actually works fine as well. Just know that. As far as fertilizing goes, you want to fertilize this plant once a month, spring through summer. You can water it in the fall if you would like, but you do not need to fertilize this in the winter. I like to use a cactus succulent soil. I like this one that this company Espoma has made. However, you can use whatever type you like. I would stick to cactus succulent soil, or you can use an indoor houseplant fertilizer as well. As far as the pH of the soil, this plant desires a soil pH of about 5.5 to 7.5. So that's a pretty big range, with 6 being like right in the middle. It likes its soil to be slightly acidic. You can do that by using the indoor plant fertilizer. A lot of these fertilizers have a slight acidity to them. You don't need to worry too much about it because, like I said, it's very adaptable to a number of different soil pHs. The type of soil that I like to use when repotting this plant is a succulent soil mixed with a little bit of indoor houseplant soil. And what I would do is like 2/3 succulent to 1/3 indoor houseplant. And that's just because this plant, it wants that porosity and that airspace in the soil. So that combination will give you that. And that's also why I recommend repotting this once every other year or once every 2 years, because this plant will fill up the pot that it's in, but you want to keep that airspace and porosity in the soil so that the roots can breathe well, and that there's room for the air to go through and a great atmosphere for this plant to absorb all that water so it doesn't stay like overwatered at any point. As far as toxicity goes, this plant is pretty awesome. It's been known as a super clean air plant. It's been noted for its ability to remove formaldehyde or reduce formaldehyde, benzene, xylene, and trichloroethylene. This plant is also a CAM plant. The short version for that, or what that is it's a plant that photosynthesizes at night as opposed to respiring. So it creates oxygen and absorbs carbon dioxide, while a lot of other plants respire. So they release small amounts of carbon dioxide into the air, and instead of absorbing it and creating oxygen. So this plant is wonderful for your bedroom. That's one of the reasons I like it in the bedroom. It's also been noted as an EMF absorbing plant. There are sites online that reference EMF absorbing plants. I think this is an awesome one because it's so like tall and it's just an all-around amazing plant. As far as toxicity is concerned, this has been rated as a low to no toxicity plant, making it an awesome addition to any home, office space, kitchen, I mean, wherever you have sufficient lighting. But yeah, so many reasons that this plant is absolutely amazing. If there's any questions that you have about it, please let me know. This is Sansevieria masoniana, also referred to as the whalefin Sansevieria, also referred to as Mason's Congo Sansevieria. And my name is Jason. Thanks again for hanging out.